What up, world? How's everybody doing today, tomorrow, tonight, this morning, yesterday, 2 days from now, in another dimension, another reality, wherever the quantum computer has rewritten your life? I hope you're enjoying it and feeling blessed. Folks, let's get down to it. Let's talk Vault 7, WikiLeaks, the big reveal. Yep, CIA hacking tool has finally been revealed. For the past month or two, they have teased us with Vault 7 little tidbits. It's about like the S8 coming out. We just get little tidbits, and boom, finally, here it is. So, let's get down to it. Their new hacking tool, the CIA, has finally been caught, or I guess not really caught. WikiLeaks finally just showed us what they've been doing. They've basically been using our smart technologies against us, spying on us. Everything from phones, TV, computers, down to your toaster, oven, washer, dryer, whatever air conditioner part of smart technology can be turned on and watch you, even when you think it's off. They've stuck malware in this stuff to where it still runs, even when you think it's off. So you might think, oh, I'll turn the TV off, I'll turn the computer off, nobody's going to be watching. That's not true. They can flip this thing on and go ahead and start recording you if they see the reason to do it. But in some realities, I don't think this is actually people doing this. It's going to lead me to something later on in the video talking about AI systems and how they're infecting our lives and what they're doing, acting as Big Brother's watchdog. Be careful, Big Brother. That dog could turn around and bite you. So they've been doing this in partnership with the British Secret Intelligence Center for Cyber Intelligence. Come to find out, over 876,000 documents have been released on this. So seems the spying has just gone endless with them this time. Now this malware, this code that they've written up, this stuff has more code than Facebook. So basically, the CIA has created their own little NSA or spying social network. So make sure that you tag yourself or hashtag they caught me sleeping with my wife last night, hashtag they filmed me while I was taking a poop. That's our boys over there in Langley, sitting down watching us taking a crapper with our wives. That's fighting terrorism, huh? Code name for this is Weeping Angel. Doesn't that sound positive? Doesn't that just make you feel... No, doesn't make me feel blessed. Doesn't make me feel safe. Makes me feel like I have a very depressed angel, pissed off and suicidal. I don't like it. Snowden's backing this up also. He's saying it looks real, that only insiders would know this kind of stuff. And to have somebody like Snowden say that, it really validates what's going on. I don't know how other people look at Snowden and other men that have done what he did, but I look at him as a hero. He did the right thing. It may have not gone with what the rule set was and what was down on paper, but he did the right thing for us, the American people. And not just the American people. Basically, he did that for the whole world. We were watching everybody. We thought things were going to get cleaned up after that, but apparently they just got more advanced, sneakier, and are doing what we have now. Now, how's that make y'all feel? I'm guessing not too good, huh? Probably wondering if they're listening right now, taking a film of you. Hopefully you're not sitting on the toilet watching this video in your birthday suit. I mean, not saying that's how I go to the bathroom, just saying might be how you do it. One of the other techs that they've started, or programs that they've started with this whole system back in October of 2014, the CIA has also infected and made the capability of controlling smart vehicles. Well, that must make you wonder, all these deaths related to these smart vehicles, if those were planned. Was that an AI or Hillary sitting back playing us like a video game for somebody going to testify against her? I do recall a while back there was a writer for Rolling Stones, and his smart car just happened to take off and he crashed and died. It's a scary way of thinking, them having that kind of power to where they can actually control your vehicle makes me not want to get a vehicle, anything made after 2000. Definitely not a smart vehicle. What a perfect assassination route to take. It's basically untraceable. Nobody has to be around. There's no way for them to point the finger. It's just a factory issue, right? The car went wrong. Undetected assassination. Way to go, CIA. With the capability, or with all this infection, spyware, malware, whatever you want to call it, they have the capability to track you with your phones or any other kind of smart item. They can pinpoint your spot. They know what you're doing day to day, where you've been, what you're doing. If you're going to buy a gun or something, they're going to track you the rest of that day, see what you're doing. Hopefully you're not paying for cash with anything, because that makes you terrorist. Or definitely don't take a selfie, because selfies, or if you take pictures these days, I guess that puts you on the terrorist list too, even though we live in the social network of selfie land. So what's that make all of America a terrorist now? If you use cash and take pictures? Now when they activate these things, not only are they getting a GPS location, but they can activate and look at your text, turn your camera on, turn your microphone on, and listen and watch. You've turned into their own little TV show. Hopefully we don't get canceled. And that's even if this equipment is turned off. Like I said, this malware is designed to function even when that is off. Now, I'm not sure if they had deals with these smart companies, because obviously somehow they had to write these codes in, which really makes me worried. You know, should I be getting the new S8? Is it already going to, is that what the holdup is now, the extra week? They got to add something in for Langley? Other small objects that they've infiltrated are, you know, like your USBs, things like that. They can even, when you plug that in, they're going to zap everything right off of it. So no longer can you hide information like that, your pictures, love letters, whatever you got on there. They're going to have all your information now, if they don't already have it. Supposedly each product or each division is separated in these, you know, if you have a computer branch, a phone branch, I guess fridge, oven, toaster oven, no telling with all the smart objects, your AC unit these days. All these units are separated in their own little branch, and then at some point they come together and put all this information. Now I keep saying that's just too much information for a human or one person to go through. This is where I keep thinking that AI is coming into this. These quantum computers, these reality rewriters, I guess I should say. Really, we shouldn't be surprised. This is nothing new. It's just right in our face now. Not only have they figured out how to infiltrate these things, but they figured out how to erase their tracks, how to cover their tracks. Each hacker, when they hack a system, they basically leave a fingerprint. And what these guys have done is figured out how to retrieve those fingerprints. So when they go in and do something, they leave the fingerprints of somebody else, let's say Russia, and they blame whatever issues happen on that fingerprint. So if they hack the DNC or they hack Hillary, well, instead of leaving their fingerprint, they've left Russia's fingerprint. Now that really gets to the point of what we have going on these days with the whole Russia issue and Donald Trump, supposedly. Well, now this just throws that all out with the bathwater. It makes me think, well, this is who was actually watching. It was Langley. It was the CIA. And they blamed it on Russia. The dangers of that are unimaginable. What they could cause by doing something like that. All-out war. And we're right there on the verge of that because of this. Not only are these guys playing God with AI and the quantum computers and the Mandela Effect, trying to fix everything the way they want it, manipulate the world into their own little game. Be careful and mindful of the products that you have and the products that you purchase. Make sure that you research what you're getting. And I don't know if there's any way to hide this. There's an article I'm going to bring up later, but somehow we need to figure out all the products, and hopefully that's in the information that was released. I know a lot of Samsung Android phones, but geez, it's an endless amount of product. These days, you almost can't go without running into some kind of smart product. So is there any way to not be spied on now? You know they're going to say they shut this system down, that it was rogue, some black ops, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to shut it down. They didn't shut things down when Snowden caught them. What makes you think they're going to do it now? At least we have organizations like WikiLeaks, guys like Snowden out there looking out for us. Because our own government obviously isn't going to do it. All they care about is power and greed and more power. Now, what this information is used for, basically gathering data on every American citizen or every world citizen out there, what are they using this stuff for? Where is it going? Is it going to some bigger entity like the AI brain, these quantum computers? Are they the ones really just running this show? And the other guys are doing nothing but dusting off the equipment. As more information is released about the Vault 7 stuff, I'll be uploading it or making videos about it, trying to get it to you as quick as I can. Like I said, I'm not shocked about this. All it does is open up the door for me to wonder how's all this stuff interacting together. From things like CERN, quantum computers, AI, all this data that's being retrieved, all this watchdogging. It's like 1984 come to life. Now I can't help but to wonder, is Terminator next to come to life? I know it sounds crazy. Just hear me out. Who's thinking all this stuff out? Who's writing the programs, developing the systems? Is it a group of people? Well, with recent events stirring up with AI, I'm going to have to lead towards them. Recently, Elon Musk said, pay close attention to AI. Be careful. Pay attention to those who may be making it also. So, he's basically trying to give us a warning, saying that this stuff's getting a little too far, that we need to be paying close attention to it. And I can't help but to feel and think that these two issues going on, Vault 7 and AI, are related. Where's all this information going? Obviously to a database. Where's it being stored? Something's going through. It's too much information for one person to sit down and go through and figure out. You got many programs out there that are well known. You got DeepMind, Google Brain, Facebook Fair, Microsoft Mini Projects, IBM Watson. Google they said that they were expecting to have some kind of AI system later on with Google and develop it, but they're way ahead of schedule. Now, could that be the fact that they happen to purchase a quantum computer, one of the supercomputers? You know, I always can't help but to think, is AI writing our lives? Is it rewriting our lives, AKA Mandela Effect? I don't know. This stuff has really got to me recently because you can't help but to relate all these things together. It's like 7 degrees to Kevin Bacon. And everything leads back to the same place. These supercomputers, these quantum computers, since they've been around, now granted our government has spied in the past and done things that Snowden brought up, and supposedly that was eradicated, but obviously not. These things have been just skyrocketing lately since the quantum computers, from Mandela Effect to people thinking that we live in a alternate reality or a simulated reality. All these things that are different since the quantum computers. You know, not only is Big Brother watching with all these cameras, but AI is. They've been developing so many systems, tracking systems, connected to AI. You know, there's an article you should look up. 6 ways your tech is spying on you and how to turn it off. And I suggest everybody look that up. In our day-to-day lives, we're constantly saying things about our personal lives, saying things that are connected to us somehow. Things we're interested in, from vacations to stuff we want to eat, stuff we're thinking about buying. Well, pay close attention to your phones and all your little gadgets, your emails, your YouTube updates, Facebook. Pay close attention to all that stuff, and I guarantee you will notice the connection between those two. Bring up something all day, talk about it, and at the end of the day, check all your news feeds or your update feeds and see if that thing that you've been talking about doesn't pop up on there. Now, me personally, I've had it happen to me a couple of times. One, for instance, I was filming a hornet dragging a bug into the ground. I didn't show anybody. I didn't share it. I didn't Facebook it. I didn't YouTube it. I didn't do anything with it. I just filmed it, put it away on my phone. Later on that day, I flip on my YouTube. There it is on my suggested videos. Hornet drags bug in the ground. Not my video, somebody else's. So obviously they went into my phone, looked at what I was doing, and related that to my suggested videos. So, I mean, they're listening to us, y'all. You got to be careful. I'm not saying you should be careful because you're going to get in trouble, or will you? I mean, I guess, these days they consider a terrorist anybody who uses cash and money, like I've said. So, I guess you should be careful. You could say, hey, we're going to pay cash for something or going to take some pictures, and next thing you know it, you're into pokey. Good old Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, Mark Zuckerturd. He's got many programs that he's worked with the CIA, and now he's brought in some artificial intelligence programs. Everything tracking people from pre-crime to suicide watch. All these AI programs that have been started now to keep tabs on people, to watch their habits throughout day-to-day life and figure out who and what we are. Somehow this program does that, and heck, it probably does a good job because supposedly they're smarter than we are. And that's what's constantly told lately, is that we're inferior to them. There's not a job AI can't do, or a job that AI can do better than humans. They've even started a new program, Zuckerberg and the rest of the AI crew. They're heading up a program to censor the web against fake news. So the fake media is all up and happy about that one. Pretty much all electronics made in the past couple of years can surveil us. They're watching. Think about it. We put our whole lives online. I mean, from Facebook to YouTube to used to be MySpace, all these other social groups, we put our whole lives. We do have to work for them. We tell them what we like, where we've been, what we're going to do, what we're interested in. I mean, folks, you're out there kind of doing half the work for these guys. Be mindful of that. Think about why all the big wigs in the world cover their cameras up. Probably their microphones these days. You think they don't know something? So all that information that Vault 7's been collecting, the government's been collecting, where's it all going? Well, I think it's going to that big AI brain. And AI will know you better than you know yourselves. So when have we taken it too far? When have we hit the plateau of T2 and the machines, the Matrix, or something like that? It's just a matter of time if we keep down this road and we keep letting government write these programs that are eventually going to get out of their control. I mean, you got to look at some of these systems that are out lately, how far they're going. These AI programs, they got some interesting personalities. And I say personality, and I mean it. You got one that's basically writing up nightmares, dubbed the Nightmare Machine. This thing made some gory pictures of what it perceived as our nightmares. I think it's kind of horrific. It freaks me out, that's for sure. You got others that like to play games, and they're damn good at it. Games that they weren't supposed to be good at. Games that we were still supposed to dominate in. Everything from poker to chess to the game Go that was supposed to be nothing but intuition and strategy. not mathematical equations. These games are teaching, or excuse me, these AI systems are teaching themselves. They're going as far as to make their own languages. One of the AI systems that handled languages, it's thought, well, I can fix this problem. I'll just create my own language. What happens when we try to decipher its language? What happens when they start communicating with this language? How do we keep tabs on them when we have no clue what they're saying? They're becoming self-aware. One of the traits of being human is being self-aware, and these guys, or things, are doing it. They're becoming self-aware. You got some systems out there recently that started writing their own codes to improve themselves. They didn't see themselves as sufficient, so why not? They started stealing codes from other systems, writing it into themselves to improve. Now, if they can do that on their own, and that's the thing, these things that are happening, these systems are doing it on their own. Basically, the on and off switch, the plug, the cruise control, everything's been taken off. These things are running on their own cruise control. They're running on their own set of rules. We're no longer making them work by our rules. Now it's turned around. We seem to be working under their rules. At any point, AI could wipe us out. They have control over everything. No longer is it two guys with their finger on the button. The human equation is no more. I keep referencing things like T2 or Terminator, but who's to say that doesn't happen? AI right now has the keys to our defense, banking, power. They're getting involved with jobs, everything, and most of all, our nukes. That's a scary thought. Some crazy program out there that's programmed to fix the world, and then what happens when it says, hey, I know what the problem is. The humans. I'm going to go ahead and fix the world. Now, this all sounds crazy. I guarantee it. If somebody's listening to this for the first time going, whoa, I bet this guy's got a tinfoil cap on. Actually, I put the tinfoil underneath my hat so nobody sees it, okay? So if this is all crazy, then why is it some of our greatest scientists have met recently, gathered together, to plot a doomsday scenario and solutions? If there's no problem, there's nothing to worry about, then what are they doing? Playing Dungeons and Dragons? Folks, I know this sounds crazy. I know it sounds wacky. But we have to realize that truth is stranger than fiction. And right now we might be living in a movie come to life. You got to look at the facts. You got to look at the programs going on, the people involved, and the things that are being pushed. Look at the technology and the way it's excelled in the past 10 years. Over leaps and bounds. Leading some people to believe we're in a simulated reality. That's how much technology has jumped. Maybe this stuff won't happen. Maybe we'll just wake up tomorrow and everything will be normal as usual. But I don't believe that. I believe these things are going on behind the scenes. And we need to be aware of it. You get car insurance. You don't plan on getting in a wreck. But you're still insured. It's because that what if. And right now it's kind of that what if. The technology is growing enough to where that what if could easily happen. I just don't want us all to be left out in the cold one day if it does. Be mindful, folks. Look at movies. Sometimes we know that movies have been predicted futures, predicted reality many times. Things that happen in movies came true. That may sound a little crazy, but look at it. The world's a crazy place. And this technology is growing so fast it's getting out of our hands. These quantum computers do things that we couldn't even fathom. We still can't, and we've created the things. They do things that we couldn't imagine ever happening in real life. Things that we thought would just happen in the movies. Keep your eyes open. Keep your mind open. Keep your heart strong. Never forget what's truly important. Never forget why you do what you do. Always fight the fight for a reason. As I always say, y'all stay incredible. Y'all stay blessed. See ya.